Hello, and welcome to episode 10 of Scars of Disorder, brought to you by Dustfire Media. We're a full group again. I'm so excited.
We have arrived.
Yes. Yes. Very excited. Was the last time we met? I forget, when was the last time we met? Was that in the previous year still? I'm not been keeping track.
Yes,
Or is
probably.
that just in
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. But how's the
Been a whole year.
We haven't seen each other since last year.
Okay. I'm glad we got that out of our system.
Speaking of things anew, I was at a mall today and I was like, man, this is so depressing. This is just dead. Like at first I got like nostalgia from it, and then walking around more I was like, this is just depressing. Like half the stores were closed. The food court had 2 restaurants. Like one was like a cheap like Chinese takeout, and the other I didn't even go close enough to see. But yeah, I was like, oh man, this is so I have some like very nostalgic memories from malls.
Malls?
Yeah, like
Sure.
I've spent a lot of time with my family, like hours in malls. Like my mom and even like our extended Filipino family just shopping throughout malls, and I'm just like stuck there. Like begging to go to the food court.
Please feed me. My mom would just leave me in the Borders. It was a bookstore. And I would just read whole books because they didn't seal them. So I would like, she wouldn't have to buy them for me. I would just read whole books in multiple trips. I just like remember where I was.
I love it.
I read like the entire Red Wall series doing that. we didn't own a single book. I read all of them.
For me, it was
original pirating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we also did
or libraries, just reading whole books in libraries.
Hey, libraries are cool.
Yeah, no, for me it was Barnes and Noble and GameStop, and if they had a board game store. But those were like, I would just frequent those 3 stores while who knows where my family was throughout the mall.
Wait,
I'd never buy anything.
They were probably in Borders.
We went to Southgate a lot, the mall in Greenfield.
You mean South Shore?
South Shore, not South Shore.
Southridge.
Called
Southridge Mall.
Yep.
Southridge
There it is. Yep.
Yeah, I was also there. Are you talking about the game store on the first floor, like off in the corner?
Yeah, that's the one that's kind of
Magic
new
cards
a
and
lot of
stuff?
high school. Yeah.
That's where I bought my first Magic cards.
Mhm.
This is a fun bridge for me because we have 2 California people and 2 Midwest people. So when I moved to the Midwest and went to your Midwest malls, I discovered something that I don't think was a thing in California.
All right, here we go.
Which is mall Chinese food pretending to be Cajun food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
You have my full undivided attention now. I'm literally over here, like pirating this book as I read it.
Am I Sam Monroe? I'm not crazy, right? Like malls in California, like we have Chinese mall food. We have like mall Chinese food, but it's not like pretending to be Cajun food.
Yeah,
right.
So there's the Chinese mall food, right? And then right next door, they sell the same food.
Exactly.
It's owned by the same person.
Yeah, it's called Cajun Big
themed.
Easy. That's what it was called.
Yeah. There's
They've
Cajun
got-
Big Easy. Well, there's a couple of different ones.
Bourbon chicken. Sometimes they have plantains. It's the craziest thing to me. I've never seen it before in my entire life until I moved down to the Midwest. I'm like, and every mall has it. Every mall has the Cajun Chinese restaurant.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause they use the exact same
I
ingredients.
see what y'all are doing. You're playing a big old trick on us California people.
No.
Like we haven't gone through enough already. You know what? Like
Whoa.
I thought this was an inclusive community, and here you all are, you're trying to pull one over on us. I won't stand for it.
I'm genuinely not trying to pull a joke right here. It
This is
confused me when I moved out here.
not
I will-
feasible.
I can take a picture that will
refuse-
have both restaurants in view in a couple of weeks. Don't even worry.
I'm asking partly because ever since it happened, I've been gaslighting myself and be like, no, these must have existed in California malls too. I must be crazy. And the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't think they do. I think it's a weird Midwest thing.
It's absolute ludicrosity.
Yeah, okay. So Sam's definitely confirming that it's not in California, and I can confirm it is a thing. Like they
It's a
just use
weird-
the exact
Yeah.
same ingredient list,
They just
except for
call it
like a
something
couple of side
else.
things, and they just call it something else.
And like,
Their
I'm,
taste slightly different, maybe.
I'm not
really.
trashing it. Mall Chinese food is my guilty pleasure.
It's
I
its own thing.
love mall Chinese food.
I
It's so much
cannot
fun.
eat it without getting sick, but you know what?
Oh
Every
yeah,
time I
no,
can,
but I know
I eat
that
it.
going into it. Oh yeah, I love it. I will eat at the Cajun Chinese restaurant, but it's not Cajun food. It's definitely just.
Oh
Chinese
no, I don't eat
food.
at the Cajun Chinese restaurant. You're insane. You got to go to just the normal
You're insane.
Chinese restaurant. I think anybody who eats at the weird Cajun knockout, that's weird. Yeah, you can't do that.
I've been called
Yeah,
insane
that
by many
weird
people.
bourbon chicken might be weird, but hey, not that
It's
bad.
kind of good. I kind of love bourbon
kinda good.
chicken.
Whatever, man.
I think New Year,
Is
New
this
America.
where you wanted this banner question to go, Danny?
no, I honestly as soon as we
Was there a
started,
banner
I was like,
question?
I don't have anything planned. Like, I was just at a mall, so let's talk about how depressing malls are now. And I really enjoy where it has headed, honestly.
So here's a fun fact for all of you. Malls were originally designed by a guy who was like, hey, we can like concentrate like living spaces. So we can like have like people have like
Mhm.
they live here, but also there's going to be like some stores, some like vendors, but also like public services and like like places for people to hang out and to like recreational options. And that got horribly disfigured into the modern mall. And he was really pissed about it. But now I'm finding that the only malls that are still surviving, at least in the Midwest, are basically just going back to what his original idea is, which is like using extra space as like living space for people to live in, and then turning like, there's still like food areas; those are still doing
Mhm.
fine. But then a lot of the
Grand
shops are
Ave in
closing.
Milwaukee, that's what they're doing.
They're turning into like food halls. Food halls
Yeah.
are like the new malls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
honestly,
like
I love it.
some of the stores are able to stay open, but a lot of times more stores are able to open if they turn at least some portion of the mall into living space.
Yeah. I don't know if you could. You'd have to pay me a lot to live in a mall, though.
I don't know, man. Some of these apartments look pretty cool.
I don't know.
So Third Street Market Hall in Milwaukee,
Yeah.
which was Grand Avenue Mall.
Yeah.
The upper floors are apartments.
Yeah.
So if you just walk down the hallway a little bit, and they're kind of cool. You get like a little like front like entryway, and you kind of decorate however you want, and then it's your house.
I don't know, man.
So I guess you could say that malls were a mistake, but they were able to reconcile that mistake by correcting that and turning it into an apartment with a food hall, much like we have made quite a huge mistake throughout these past 9 episodes that we've been recording.
We're gonna rectify it by creating a food hall.
Yes, we're creating a food hall, Dustfire Food Hall. We sell dust and fire.
And fire.
No, so the playbook that Nick is playing, the Broken, thank God for Sam, because he was able to point this out in between this episode and last episode.
Thank you, Sam.
Both Nick and I had forgotten that every single time the Broken rolls a miss, they can mark a growth.
Growth not an advancement, just the growth.
Just the growth.
track.
They gain a new growth, a welcome growth onto them. As well as every time anyone uses the help action to help the Broken, whoever is playing as the Broken playbook, the Broken adds +2 to that roll instead of +1. So those are two major things that we now know. I went ahead and backtracked, listened through to all of the previous episodes. Honestly, Nick, 8 misses in like 9 episodes is not bad at all. That's like you're averaging.
Well, realistically, if you roll
Yeah.
2d6, you're way more likely to roll 7 and higher than
Mhm.
anything else.
Yeah.
So
Mhm. And also, I also wanted to mention too that Monroe is with us as well, so I was able to do her growth and advancement for May, and I think both Nick and Monroe, Ling Rong and May, have gotten some cool new moves. So Monroe, if you want to say first which move you took from your advancement.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I got walls can't hold me. When you rely on your skills and training to dangerously smash through walls or other obstacles, roll with passion instead of focus.
I love it. I love it so much. And it makes a lot of sense with May and also with the hammer, which is perfect. Nicholas.
yes, I took another move from my playbook. True humility. Actually, I took 2 things because I got 2 advancements with how many growth I got to mark. I also raised my focus by 1, so now it's 0. So pretty cool.
Awesome. And what does true humility do?
Oh, true humility. When I rely on my skills and training, if I roll a miss, I may express true humility in the face of difficulty and mark a 3 fatigue to treat your rolls 7 to 9.
Wow.
That's definitely not happening today, but cool option.
I love how both Monroe and Nick modified their rely on their skills and training rolls a little bit, so that's fun. But yes, that is what I wanted to start off by saying. I apologize, listeners, for
No,
for-
okay, Danny. It's not on Danny. It's on me. That's my character. I'm sorry.
being the GM.
I literally was
still
like, "Yeah,
feel
I'll take
some
the complicated
semblance of-
class," and then immediately put it wrong. All right, it's not your fault.
Hey, I forgive both of you.
Oh, thanks, Justin.
No, thanks, Justin. I appreciate that, man.
Yes, but going forward, that's huge. The help thing is also huge. Getting a +2 from help instead of +1 is huge. So yes,
I should also explain. I get to mark those growth, and I get to use whenever I mark growth. I get to choose if I want to instead mark progress on my recovery tracks, which I mentioned
Yes.
before. And I did mark 1 progress on my angry recovery check.
Which like that's like you like getting over that.
The reconciliation system is basically like the broken has like deep wounds. Like the things that are conditions to other people that are like negative things that are weighing them down are more like temporary. These are like they are like holding me down as a person.
Yeah.
And so the recovery track is meant to like sort of resolve that.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
just a little bit of progress on the angry
Yeah.
one specifically.
and it's very cool. After they mark 5 wounds, after they mark the 5 ticks on the recovery track, it then allows them at any point after that to use triggers to basically fully recover from that wound. And one of them is really cool. One of them is willingly take yourself out of balance, which is insane.
That's wild.
And there are like other 2 more narrative ones, and I think the other ones just use a moment of balance. So
That's cool.
very cool things in the farish future of this campaign, which I'm excited for. But besides that, if y'all are ready, how about we get into this?
Okay.
I am ready.
Heck yeah. So, previously on Scars of Disorder, our heroes, along with the Earth Sages and their little orphan friend Jio-san, made their way to the docks south of Gaoling, where they learned the Empty Moon pirates had taken Haru. After parting ways with Jio-san and having the Earth Sages hide in some nearby bushes, I think it was, Teto used his airbending to scout out the ship, where he saw Palrock and Haru up in the crow's nest. After allowing their new singing groundhog friend to glide down to Haru, thanks to Teto's makeshift parachute cloak, they planned out a 2-pronged infiltration on the ship. And now, with Ling
boy,
Rong
did it
and
fail.
May- boy, did it not go too well. And with Ling Rong and May climbing onto the ship on the main deck and up above high in the crow's nest, we now have Teto dangling from a chain being held by Haru. Linkrong and May are gonna be face to face with Palrock and her meteor hammer wielding first mate. But first, when we ended last episode, right before we ended, Linkrong had told May light it all on fire. So I want to see how May actually responds to that, because I think with it being her character out, I want to see what Monroe wants to do with that.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering also, is it possible that we can kind of like build up to that moment just a little bit, like just a little bit, just because I wasn't at the last meeting, so I kind of want to get in the groove of things.
Yeah, so basically as Teto is trying to sneakily glide over to the crow's nest that Haru is on, I think technically
Haru's
Haru
being held
and
prisoner by these.
being held prisoner by, I think Palrock is technically still up there right now. May, you and Ling are on a rowboat, just like
No,
you're on a eelhound, and the eelhound is swimming towards the ship, and I think the eelhound had just speared its face into the side of the ship.
Yeah, we did a bad job on the driving.
Yeah,
That was a missed roll.
It was indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are, Earthrat. You guys are basically on this eelhound that's attached to the side of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely about to climb up.
Okay. But I was asking if it's possible before I just like react to that, if maybe we could start with someone, just so I can build up.
Yeah.
Get into the world.
Oh
here.
yeah, we just smashed into the side of the ship, and everything was kind of going very poorly. And Ling just goes to light it all on fire, May.
Okay.
I sorry.
Yeah.
That is just
fine.
what happens.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna. I'm too shocked to do anything right now. I'm like, it's all too fast.
It probably sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah.
I definitely understand that. But do you guys climb up onto the ship from the eelhound?
Yeah, like Ling jumps up onto the ship, and is just waiting for May to light him all.
Yeah, I'm just gonna climb. I'm gonna start climbing too. I'm gonna observe my surroundings first before I do anything.
Yeah. So then here's what we see. Then you guys climb up onto the ship, and that's when pretty quickly because of the loud crash into the side of the ship, there was already some suspicion that something might have been there. You are greeted by several pirates looking in your direction, beginning to draw weapons. Like, what the heck are these two kids doing on here? And so begin inching their way towards you. And up above. And I'm just gonna say this is when Palrock just lands down.
Okay, in this moment,
right beneath the crow's nest.
I'd like to rely on my skills and training because I'd like to just right when he lands, I want to be able to just. I feel like in order to make some sort of explosion, you need like gunpowder or something. But just how about like a burst of flames that just kind of with the wind power, it just kind of blows them away a bit. Possibly some of them possibly off the ship, but it would probably cause a bit of fire.
So you're trying to, as Palrock lands, blow her like off balance, basically?
It's like right when it's almost like an explosion type of thing where it's like she lands and then it's just like a poof. So yeah, like kind of blow her away a little bit. That's
like she landed on a landmine.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, but not literally blowing her up.
Yeah.
But in
maybe
Avatar,
there are also some pirates around.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, I think just because of how quick your reaction has to be and the situation you're in, I think it will be a push your luck.
Okay.
Because you didn't know that all of a sudden the huge figure of Palrock, she was just going to land in front of you, right? So I think it would be a push your luck.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you may do that.
I'm just reading the thing just to make sure I know. Okay.
Yes. So roll with passion.
11.
Right, that's
All
pretty.
right. So there is still a cost. It still costs you to scrape by, but now you get a lucky opportunity. So yeah, so here's what happens. So Palrock, she was just holding on to the edge of the crow's nest, but she lets go to let herself land onto the main deck of the ship. And May, you're quickly able to catch this happening. And so you prepare this ball of fire to blast underneath her as she lands. And that happens. She lands and you blast out this ball of fire and she falls on her back. And now she's basically holding on to the ledge of the ship now itself.
Hmm.
But you kind of overcompensated. So what you initially said you wouldn't do in response to Lincoln telling you, you have just did now, as this ship is mostly made of wood and there's like tarps covering things. So you have just lit the majority of this portion of the deck you're on fire.
Nicely done, May.
As now all of the pirates have just drawn their weapons.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Everything's going according to plan.
Fantastic. What is going on with Haru and Teto right now? Teto? Sorry.
Yeah, so right now Haru is holding a chain dangling off of the ledge of the crow's nest that Teto is holding on the other end of.
I'd like to pull that up, please.
Yeah, boats rock, and this is
That's
a
fair.
sticky situation. Give me a push your luck.
Boats rock. The sun rises. These are just things that happen, Justin.
You can't fight against it, man. What are you doing?
I think push your luck's passion, right?
Indeed.
That is an 8. An 8.
8. So you do it, but it costs you to scrape by. You fall, but you get Teto up there. No. So you, oh no. You begin pulling Teto up. Yeah, I like that. You begin pulling Teto up, right? And this is probably as when you see the fire begin to engulf the main deck, right? And you're like, oh no. And you start pulling Teto up, you get him up onto the ledge. And then when Teto sort of moves out of your way from your vision right in front of you, you see on the other side of the docks, this ship, flying colors very similar to the one you're on now, begin to, I don't know how they say it, lift off from the docks and
Cast off.
Yeah, and begin leaving. And it looks like they begin slowly making their way towards you guys.
Ling will shout out to Teto and Haru. Teto, Haru, get into the water. Just get off the ship.
At this point, you hear, oh my, take them, as you see Palrock's very large meteor hammer wielding first mate begin spinning it and marching towards you guys.
Does this mean Ling and May that he's marching towards?
Ling and May, yes. Teto and Haru are still up there.
Okay. So I have my like mist veil up and like mist, it's like concentrated around me, but it like sort of like reaches out in tendrils like towards people. Can I try to freeze it? Like I'm gonna like purposefully have it like sort of move towards this guy, like the tendrils. And then I want to catch his spinning like meteor hammer. I want to freeze the chain links halfway through so that the spin trajectory completely goes off. So he smacks himself in the head with his own meteor hammer.
That is very fun. That is very fun. Is this like a move that Ling Hong has done out?
I think she's just freezing. She's basically freezing where the chain attaches to the handle.
Okay.
She's like sort of compressing the mist onto it and freezing it.
Okay. So it doesn't seem like there's too much of like a timing thing that needs to be done here. It's sort of just you're freezing
No.
that portion of the chain. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that being a rely on your skills and training.
And obviously you can still determine how effective it actually ends up being. But
Yeah.
Okay, well that's 5.
Hey, if May were to help you, they can bring it up to a 7.
Oh, that's true. That's right.
Yeah, I hope.
You could like, you could like trip them or distract them with some fire.
Okay, yeah. Because you're trying to freeze the.
Yeah, so he's like spinning
Yeah.
him basically like a morning star on top of a.
So
meteor.
can I shoot like a tiny ball of fire into his the opposite shoulder, so that way he's kind of
Yeah, like-
distracted by the.
Oh
pain?
no!
I like that. I like that. I love that. Yeah. So go ahead and mark a fatigue, May. So that brings Ling Hong's rely on your skills and training to a 7. As yeah, you do this, and he just freaking knocks himself in the face with his own meteor hammer as he falls flat on his back. And so here's the benefit I'm going to give you, because the rest of all the pirates are still running towards you.
Fair.
When we start this exchange, you're only going to be fighting the pirates.
Okay, I'll take that.
This is a ship full of pirates.
It's a pirate ship, as they
It's
are
a
often
pirate
referred to.
So we're gonna be starting an exchange. Although Ling Hong had just yelled something up to Haru and Teto, so I just want, before we get into that, cut to Haru and Teto up above. What are y'all doing?
Hey, Haru.
Ditto. Good to see you, and quite expect you here.
Well, honestly, we weren't sure we were gonna come. It's just, like the way that you ran away from us after you.
Yeah,
Almost.
Ditto, can we do this later?
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, like, or now, or whenever, or now. It's just.
And I'll just wordlessly point to the ship on fire and the pirates like making their way towards Sling and May. I think we should do this later.
I
And I'll jump
I'm-
off the crow's
Oh.
nest to land onto the deck.
Okay, great. Now get off the ship. Toto, come on.
what does Teto do?
I think Teto's a little bit shocked. He does want to. He's a processor in the moment, and that was the moment. And then Haru just jumped down the ship. So I think he hears Ling says like "come on," and probably willfully misinterprets that, and will then jump down after Haru. And like Ling has said, to come on closer to the rest of the group. So he'll now jump down, releasing a blast of air to cushion his fall, to bring
I
himself
love that.
down to the deck. And he's like,
I love
Haru, sure, later, but sooner maybe than later.
Yeah, fine, Teto. Let's just take care of these pirates and get off the ship.
Okay.
I love that. So let's go ahead and enter into an exchange then.
Where's Palrock?
So Palrock is currently right now trying to pull herself back up from the edge of the opposite side of the ship.
That's right.
And Homai, her first mate, is sort of just in a daze, gathering himself, sitting on the ground right now after knocking himself in the face.
Danny, I also just like to make it explicit. It's something I've always wanted to do in real life, but because
Mhm.
Haru he has that chain. He jumps around and throws it around to the crow's nest and slides down that way.
I love it. I love
Just-
it. I mean, yeah, I love it. I mean, so
I'm there. I'm right there. I have to do
exactly. Because I mean, I also said Power Rock just jumped down. Obviously, she didn't just jump down and land. She probably used the rope or something. She's a pirate. And I also figured that Haru was using something, and that is very cool. I love that.
She's a
Um,
rope some. Yeah.
I
Rope
honestly
is
wouldn't have
really
put it past her to just jump down and land and be fine.
Yeah, right. She
Yeah, I
lands.
think you
neat-
said that she's huge like multiple times. I don't think anybody was gonna
Yeah.
tell you on that.
So what stances are y'all choosing for this exchange?
Evade and observe.
Evade and observe.
I'm gonna defend a maneuver.
Okay. All right. May.
I'm gonna defend a maneuver. I only have like one box set for
Nice.
fatigue.
Nice. All right.
Just leave.
All right. Awesome. So we can start then. The Empty Moon Pirates are advancing and attacking. So we can start then with either Haru or May, whichever one of you wants to go first.
I rolled 10.
So you can
Nice.
get two things.
2.
Either choose one. What? Right? Is it one learned?
I could
You
choose
want
one
to
learned,
choose
just not
or-
marked the fatigue, or I can choose 2 practiced or mastered. Or 2 basic or mastered. Sorry.
You good?
I Boomerang said to get off the ship. I think I'm gonna seize a position and just dive
Yeah.
off the ship.
Yeah, I think you dive and you quickly find right below there's just an eelhound that's just trying to unwedge itself from the hole in the ship that it's made.
Please help the
Um,
eel hound.
Well, I'll ready then. I'll use my other it's a ready to try and pull the eelhound out of the thing.
I love it. And I think also if you'd like in between exchanges, you can try to do something to help the eelhound get out of there.
Okay.
Or honestly, I'm just gonna say that if you guys all get on there, the eelhound can just get itself out. It's like a little thing. May, what are you doing? Well, first you got to roll for focus.
I got an 8,
Awesome.
One
and
basic, one
I'd like
mastered.
to seize. Oh wait. I like to seize a position.
All right. Are you gonna be
you
following Haru or going somewhere else?
What exactly? Where are we exactly on the ship? Are we like?
So you all are basically on one side of the ship. Palrock and her first mate Homai are on the other side of the ship, and in between you is a mess of Empty Moon pirates.
Is
Advance.
it possible for me to maybe make my way off to the side a little bit closer to? I'm guessing we're closer to the captain's quarters, but not actually inside. It's just like closer to that area
Oh,
kind of situation.
yeah. Yeah. I think you can do that, and I don't think first of all, I don't think the pirates are. Maybe they are already close enough to, but even if they are, I don't think they're going to mark the fatigue to stop this from happening. They just sort of look at you run, and they're like, "Huh. Oh, looks like the little girl's running away scared." And yeah.
Mate,
Um,
mate, where are you going? Sling by yourself.
Let's link with
Hold on.
Tato.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Hey, I'm right here too.
Oh, thank goodness. Teto, get off of the ship.
Glad you're here. Now leave.
Get out of here.
But
Speaking of that-
I'd like to help my friends out, so maybe it's a better idea if I stick close.
All right. Please figure out what May's doing. Oh, no, actually, help Haru. Help Haru.
Suddenly, a machete comes flying towards you that's being held by this crazed empty moon pirate. As
Ah!
they just go to strike Ling. So you can mark your choice of either 2 fatigue, a condition, or shift your balance away from center. Ling.
Yeah, I will shift my balance away from center.
Awesome. Yeah, so they go and just strike at you with this machete, and I think you're just barely able to narrowly avoid it. You get a scratch, and it hits you so hard you shift your balance, man.
Well, I
Onto
shifted
the
toward
evade-
restoration, so I get a scratch, and then the mist closes over it and heals it.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Evaders and observers. First off, go ahead and clear a fatigue, and then whichever one of you wants to go first, roll.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have a preference, Nick?
Mm-mm.
I would like to go first. I think
All right, that's fine.
you unmarked a fatigue, right? Toto?
I haven't done that yet. I will do
Okay.
it now.
All right, I'm rolling.
Mm-mm.
All right, that is
okay.
all right. It's good. Everything's fine. Yeah. So that's 5.
So you get a growth.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
Isn't missing fun, Nick?
Or you can mark 1 on your restoration track.
Yeah. I will actually. I'm gonna. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That doesn't make sense here. I'm gonna mark a growth. He's not gonna feel less insecure after this. What can I shift my balance to?
Yep.
To still take a bonus action. Okay, I will.
Mhm.
Bonus action. What are we playing here?
God.
It has to be away from center when you shift your balance.
I know. I did.
All right, go.
Oh
God.
don't worry about it.
I just looked at your sheet. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's okay. I'm going to bolster or hinder, and I
Nice.
will. I will bolster a sort of like wrap Tedo in like. It's basically like my mistveil cloak, and I just like put it over him, and it's just gonna be like
Ooh.
it's gonna like just sort of protect him from like not like every bit of harm, but it's there to like help heal him and maybe divert some damage. Give me something to sort of work with if I need to like bend something around him.
Like it. So you're trying to bolster Teto, huh?
Mm-hmm. So I give him a fictionally appropriate
Yes.
status.
So I think prepared makes sense. Making him prepared.
I'm preparing him for what's coming.
Exactly. There you go.
I will immediately spend inspired and shift my balance to to restoration.
Nice. That makes sense. And for the folks listening, they are all inspired from Teto's indulge
Not Haru.
in
Sorry.
not Haru. Not Haru does not have a inspired, but
don't
thanks to Teto's I was gonna say indulge in vice, but that's not the correct game.
No, it's a similar idea though. We stole the hounds with Teto.
Indulge in a bad habit. Yeah.
Bad habits.
Yeah.
What is a vice if not a bad habit? Yeah.
Speaking of who,
Who's bad?
Teto, you're up.
I think again, Teto being extremely impressionable.
Extremely impressionable, but given 2 impressions, so very helpful.
is torn because he saw Haru go one way and he saw Mei go the other way. And so he is not wanting to fight in this moment, but he does want to follow one of his friends. Choose
Just
your
go
own
a
adventure.
Go a third way.
I'm not going to do that because Ling told him to do both of the things, and now he's all right. I'm going to roll a die to see
Decision paralysis.
which way I'm going to go. All right, odd, I'm going after Haru. Even, I'm going after May.
Oh my god.
Teto
It's a
pulls a
1.
dice. That's odd.
I'm gonna go
Alright.
after Haru, and what I would like to do is so Haru's on the eel hound, and is ready. I'm going to roll. Is what I'm going to do.
Hey, you're prepared. Remember.
I got 10 plus 2 with creativity is 12. So if I unmark my prepared, I'll get a 14. Danny, does that give me any superpowers?
Don't
Any
unmark
sort of-
prepared. Just
no.
Don't unmark Don't unmark
Well, how about this? I would like to use bolster in twice, and I would like to do both things.
Not
I would like
sure
to.
If you can do that, if you can choose the same technique twice.
I think we've had in the past where we can use strike twice. So I would imagine that the same logic would apply.
No, I think we used a very similar, like attacking type fighting technique, and then
Is that
also
right?
strike.
I'm pretty sure that you can use 2 techniques at twice.
We can double check, but
Alright.
I'm pretty sure that is not.
GM, I will abide by your ruling.
Yeah.
And if
damn
it goes against
have
what
a
I
coach
think,
double
then I'm going to
check.
grumble about it.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, Sam will figure out.
Go ahead.
Actually,
What do you say, Danny? You
I'm
want
gonna
a
say
smiling
no, you can't choose the
player?
same
Or...
thing twice. But now
Okay,
I am
alright,
so
yeah,
terrified because
fine.
last session is when Sam, after the episode, told us we were doing something wrong. So now I'm very terrified it's gonna happen again. But you know,
Grumble. You want to know how I learned that? By reading. I was downloading a book for free. I went to my local Borders. Actually, our borders closed. Sad.
Yeah, they all did. It's not a company anymore.
It was replaced by a bowling alley arcade, which was actually a lot of fun.
Ours is an
okay.
escape room now.
I'm going to. I think what I want to do is I'm gonna bolster May, and no, I said I was going to bolster Haru, but Haru, you're already ready. I think no, I'm going to go ahead and bolster May. And what I'll do is, as May is going towards the cabin, what I'll do is maybe Teto will whip up a storm or a strong wind and bring some canvas sailcloth down and have it fall in between where May is going and where the pirates are.
I like
Past GM has a ruling on choosing the same technique as well too.
Past chance being Justin.
It says in the Stains move use 2 different basic or mastered techniques. And if you're favored also specifies that you cannot choose any of the 2 same that you choose. So it would be a 3rd different technique.
Oh.
All right.
It's like they
Thank
really
you
thought this
for
game
reading
through.
Past Jim.
Um,
As long as
And
I'm
I
the
think-
only one not reading at the table, I'm fine with that.
I'm still not convinced Danny knows how to read.
God, what a play! What a play that would have been.
Wait, what am I even looking at here?
Then lying to us for 10.
Oh, it's upside down. All right, what are we looking at here?
So you have
okay,
bolstered
so-
May.
so I bolstered May, and I'm going to use my sightless detections because I got a
yeah.
10 plus. Hone your awareness to be ready for your enemy's movements and attack. Let's see. For the next exchange, all combatants engaged with you must choose and reveal their approach before you do, and must choose and reveal any techniques they plan to use before you use any technique of the same approach. So, Teto, after he has bolstered May and sort of covered her way as she's skulking towards the captain's cabin, is going to take the mist cloak and take an approximation of like a defensive fighting stance, like a Bagua stance with his feet ready to shift around and his hands up in a cover, like a flowing cover position, and turn and face the pirates.
I love that. I love that. And I'm gonna say May is prepared from your bolster as well. So you may at any point you may clear prepared to either take a +1 to an appropriate roll or to avoid marking a condition. But we are currently in between exchanges. Would anyone like to do anything in between exchanges?
So. Oh yeah. Okay. So we haven't made another one. So I guess he said that what was it? Something fell down in between me and.
Yeah, he
like some
basically
cloth.
made it harder for the pirates to get to you.
To get to me. Okay. How far am I from Ling? Now that
From Ling,
I'm-
I'm pretty far right now. I'm gonna say you're pretty much at this point. You can be pretty much right by the door to the captain's quarters, but which is on one side of the ship. Ling is pretty much in the center of the ship, so you're not like as far as you could be from Ling on this ship. But
Okay.
you're pretty far from Ling and Teta right now.
There's probably some pirates in between us at this point as well.
Yeah,
Right. Since
and
it's not
whatever-
an ex-
Teta dropped.
Okay. So since it's not an actual exchange, I'd like to just kind of sneak my way underneath whatever it was that he dropped and try to come behind the pirates.
Ooh.
Oh, a little
It's like
sneaky.
when the bus drives by and you're like gone.
Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah.
canvas falls, and then May's just gone. They're like, where'd you go? And then she's behind them.
I love that. What do we think about a? So you're trying to sneak up behind them, right, without them
Yeah,
noticing?
but I could do a push my luck, maybe.
I like a trick as well.
Ooh,
Okay.
we do like a trick.
Yeah. I think I like trick here.
So, let's try the trick then.
All right. So it'd be roll with
Huge.
creativity.
I got a 9. That's good, right?
Nice. I love it. Yes, that is good. That is good.
I am going to.
If you want, I was gonna say too. If you want, you can unmark prepared to add +1 to this roll.
Mm-hmm.
I can unmark prepared.
Technically,
Yeah.
it's
To
two.
Yeah, it's +2.
or yeah.
But it would put you at 10, and then you can
Regardless.
really control what they're gonna do.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do that.
Oh, weird. I have +1 on here. All right, yeah. So that brings it to a 10 then. So under trick, on a
Oh, no,
10 plus,
it is +1. It is +1.
yeah.
Oh, it's just +1.
It does, yeah.
So on a because I'm reading from the Codex.
Wait, you're reading?
No. On a 10 plus, pick 2 of these 3 options. So you can either choose for them to stumble, which would allow you to take +1 forward to act against them, or they act foolishly. I tell you an additional opportunity they give you, or they overcommit and are deceived for some time. And I'm going to say them being deceived would just be them not even noticing that you're behind them.
I'd like to do that.
All right, so they're deceived, and then now you can choose one more out of the 2 remaining options. So it's either they stumble, you take +1 forward to acting against them, or they act foolishly, and I'll tell you an additional opportunity that they give you.
Let's do. So I choose the overcommit and they act foolishly.
They overcommit and they act foolishly. I love it. So yeah, so you crawl up underneath this tarp or some whatever that Teto had dropped, and you end up behind them. And yes, May is a ghost, unseen. And as you come up, you get a little scared at first because there's someone right in front of you. But alas, they are turned around, completely oblivious to you, just waiting for their turn to go and attack. You know how in video game combat, the enemies never attack all at once. They just sort of wait. You know? He's doing that. He's idling right now. And you notice something very interesting. So Palrock is obviously a captain, right? But this person that's right in front of you is wearing a captain's hat. And he has a flying lemur on his shoulder. And you notice a large key ring dangling from his belt. And you're like about to stand up. So you're still like on all fours, and this keyring is just dangling right in front of your face, being worn by this completely unsuspecting pirate.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea what this keyring is for, right? It's just there.
Yeah.
It's an additional opportunity.
It's an additional opportunity, yeah.
You have no idea what
tempting.
the opportunity is
So
for.
tempting.
Well,
I'd have
Right.
to assume it has to do with this ship, but I would really like to leave.
let's.
I am so
Yeah.
tempted. Like me personally.
I'm going to say now, you can just yoink the keyring. There's no risk involved. That's the additional opportunity. You can take
Okay,
this keyring.
I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Because there's like,
Yeah.
there's
I mean, might as well.
battle cries. There's stuff
Since it's
happening.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. So you are able to yoink the keyring, and you are now behind them. Anything else anyone wants to do between exchanges?
I do want an update on Homai and Palrock.
They are beginning to shake themselves off. I think Homai is looking like he's shaking himself off pretty well, and he's beginning to stir himself like focused again and stand up. And so I think Homai is going to be in this exchange, but Palrock is still pulling herself up from the ledge of the ship. Okay. So y'all ready for another exchange?
I think so.
Let's do it. So I need to tell Teto what the pirates are doing, huh?
You do.
But the crazy thing is, we're all in a group chat, so we all know.
That's insane. You can see it's just the pirates, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
'cause
combatants engaging. Yeah,
we're
Homai's not
in-
engaged
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
You can see a number of the pirates begin to make their way towards some ropes that are keeping up some like webbed ropes and tarp, and they're planning to cut that, in turn allowing the roping and that tarp to land on you and Ling. Mechanically, they're going to advance and attack again, and they're going to smash to inflict a negative condition on you and Ling.
On who? On who and Ling?
Teto and Ling.
I thought Tetsuo was with Haru now.
No.
Oh.
I've decided to stay with you because reasons.
Ling's just like, "You're still here?"
Mainly to annoy you, I think is really what it is.
You can't do that thing, Nick, where you tell all of us to leave and you just stay behind. You got to leave too.
I will. Man,
Ling,
Ling is far from self-sacrifice.
Ling, May's already disappeared. I think she might be a ghost, and Haru jumped over the side. And, I'm just not going to
Just
leave
doing it
you.
too late to distract them. Wait, I'm fine. I'm literally about to jump off the ledge. I can waterbend. It'll be fine.
No, Ling, I don't think we're fine. Look, the pirates. It looks like they're about to try to trap us underneath something. It's almost like they want to
which
smash
is why
it.
we need to leave.
All right, what stances are you choosing? What stances?
Evade the
Advance and
barrage.
attack.
All right. Advance attack
Evade
for
and observe.
Haru. Okay. Evade and observe for Ling and Tetsu. May. What'd you do?
Okay, so I want you guys to look at the chat real quick,
Okay.
just to tell me before I make that move. Is it how possible is that? Before.
No, I would like for you to say this out loud.
This is insane. Monroe's the most terrifying firebender.
I love it.
I just
Also,
want to
like,
know how possible it is before I like put it out there.
So firebenders in general are
Yeah,
resilient to fire to some extent, but
they're
they
on
can
fire.
be burned.
Yeah.
So you can't like
Yeah.
turn your skin into fire, but like
Mhm.
if you want to like have some fire burning near your eyes, that's kind of. But literally,
Yeah.
there is a technique
Okay.
to blow fire out of your mouth, so
Mhm.
that's kind of fair.
That's-
And
that's the
unfortunately, during exchanges, you are kind of mechanically limited to the techniques that you have access to.
Well,
Yeah.
you can also flavor any basic techniques.
Exactly.
Unless I'm trying to put pressure on somebody, like it's not an actual move. It's just like a party trick.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
You know what I
what
mean?
is your,
And then
what is your
I also
intent?
know, yeah, and I also know like in the lore, someone can breathe out fire or something like that. So I was wondering, it has to come from someplace. So what's the possibility of that actually happening? Where you know what I mean?
So yeah, so the firebending is explained in lore as making your chi manifest. You extend your chi outside of your body and it becomes flames, like the energy turns into literal flame. I don't think there's anything wrong with the idea that you could extend that chi outside of your eyeballs and have it burst
Yeah.
into flame.
I was like-
You probably close your eyes to not burn them, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think you could technically do it.
Okay.
And as far as like just flavoring pressure that way, I think that's a cool way
Yeah.
to pressure. I mean, that would intimidate me.
That's very intimidating.
Okay, let's do this instead then, since this seems like if it is possible, it's something that's completely advanced that May probably wouldn't know anything about just yet in her young age.
This is
So-
advanced.
Hey, so
I
let's
just kind of wanted it to happen. That's fair.
I do want
I'm
it to happen.
gonna-
I think we should make it happen at some point. But
I'm gonna do an advance and attack.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. And I've already told Teto and in turn the group that the Empty Moon Pirates are advancing and attacking. Homai is defending and maneuvering. He's the only one defending and maneuvering. And he becomes engaged with you guys. He just runs up, flinging his meteor hammer.
Are you sure you want to try that again?
I don't know if he
I'm-
even hears you. Is running towards you. Advancers and attackers. Haru or May, whichever one wants to go first. I'm
gonna-
now really excited for May to go.
Don't worry, she's not gonna burst into flames.
I'm
It
gonna-
was a
I'm gonna-
genuine question.
a
Sorry.
good
Hey, Ed,
Good question. I'm gonna unmark prepared because I rolled a 6.
Oh, nice.
Now it's neat.
Now it's a 7.
So you choose
It's
one
plus
basic.
Oh, that's
one-
right. It's +1. What? Sorry. I'm gonna fix that.
I'm gonna smash. I'm gonna smash the wood around where the eelhound his head is stuck, so that it's
Oh,
free.
I like that. I like that.
And I'm an earthbender, and there's not a whole lot I can do, so I'm just like punching it.
I love that. Yeah, I'm
good.
saying
Wait, are you punching the eelhound?
Mm-mm.
No, the wood.
Oh, no,
the wood around it.
the wood, the ship.
Stop moving.
All of it.
Stop moving. No.
That would be so much
Um,
easier if you aren't squirming.
Yeah, I love that. So you're just like ramming your fist through the wood, like yanking chunks of wood
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Easy
Yep.
reveal. And yeah, and
Yep.
it's starting to give. And yeah, it just a little more of this, the eelhounds can be able to break free. Basically, at the end of the exchange, the eelhounds can be able to break free. I love it. I love it. May.
Okay. So I'm going to, since I'm still limited because I only have 1 fatigue left, I'm going to pressure, which is impress or intimidate a foe. I I'm going to roll. Do I say what I'm going to do first, or do I roll first?
No, yeah, so you want to roll first with passion.
All right, got a 10.
Oh, beautiful. So you can actually choose. So out of your options, you can choose 2 basic or mastered techniques, and your master technique is flame charge, or you can choose to mark fatigue to use your learned technique, fire pinwheel. Sorry, no, you cannot choose flame charge. That's defend and maneuver. But yeah, so you can either choose to use 2 basic techniques, or mark and fatigue to use fire pinwheel.
So you could like strike and pressure, or
use your master. We've all upped our
learn technique to
learn
practice.
technique to practice.
Not that she has to, but you
No,
know,
not
No,
that
she
you have
has
to.
but you're behind. No, I'm just kidding.
But also, if you read fire pinwheel, it does sound very cool.
Okay, so what exactly is a fire? What did I choose? Okay, yeah, I got it.
literally-
It's
yeah.
it's been a while. A lot has happened.
A lot has happened, yeah.
It's
Okay,
been a whole year.
So okay, so I'm behind the pirates, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hey," and I want to get one of theirs attention. Most likely all
Ghost
of
is
them if
back.
possible, but without like actually yelling at them. Like I don't want to demand them to look at me. But so I'll just say like hey, and I guess Danny, you can tell me how many turn around and look. But I'll just respond. I'm hoping at least one of them does, and I'll just say, "You want to know why they call me Ash?" And then I'll just like burst my hand into like a flame, and the disc will be spinning. I won't shoot it or anything. It's just spinning.
So are you using fire pinwheel?
Yeah, fire pinwheel, because that's the only thing I got.
I love
Right
it. Yeah,
now.
and I'm gonna say too, because of your so go ahead and mark a fatigue then, and I'm gonna say too, fire pinwheel normally gives them a choice to either just take the hit or dodge out of the way. I'm gonna say because of your advantageous position, they're not even able to dodge out of the way, and so once you throw the disc of pure flame, they're just forced to mark 2 conditions.
Mm-hmm. Is it possible to shoot at least one for each? How many pirates are in front of?
So this
and-
group of pirates, I'm just using one stat block for them as well, and so whatever conditions you apply to them or fatigue, it applies to the whole group.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Nice. So they have marked 2 conditions. And yeah, so as you say that, some turn like, huh? They like half of this group is just like their clothes are charged, like ah! Some of them like jump overboard into the water to find some semblance of coolness from this intense heat that's just washed over them. And yes, beautiful. And now your fire pinwheel is at practiced, which is very, very good. So excellent job.
I had a question though. How big
Yes.
is that pinwheel? Is it like Captain America's shield big, or is it like okay?
Was it?
Gotcha.
It's
Yeah.
big.
About,
It's big.
Yeah, just you'd like throw it and it probably just turns into a giant ring of fire.
Yeah, and the way I see it, like when you throw it, it like expands into this huge ring of fire, like much like what
Oh.
Nick said.
Burning
Yes.
ring of
The
fire.
Empty Moon Pirates are going to go. It's funny because of Teto's move, I now have to do what I said I was going to do, but because of things that have happened in the exchange, I'm like, I don't know if they want to do that anymore, but hey, they're still going to do it. So yeah, so you see some of the pirates go to cut a rope that's holding up some tarp that then lands on Teto and Ling Krong. And you see this as well, May.
Actually,
so-
Danny, I have a question for you
Yes.
because I now, after you have told me what to do or told me what they were going to do, I actually want to use empty your mind During an exchange, after you roll a stance move, you can mark a fatigue and select a basic technique from a different approach other than the one you chose. So I want to use Evade and Observe because I've got good stats in that, and then it also helps me clear fatigue. But then I want to switch to Defend and Maneuver and use
So I think
my
you would
airtight move.
Yeah. So I think you would have to use Empty Your Mind like immediately after rolling your stance move, you know?
Yes. No.
Yeah, because so during an exchange, after you
Okay.
roll the stance move, you can mark fatigue to select a basic technique from a different approach other than the one that you chose.
Oh, it's a basic technique. All right. No, never mind. My plan wasn't. All right. You know what? I should read.
No, you Hey.
Hey, clearly you're the only one here who can do that. So you really have to.
Evidently, it turns on and off.
Oh man. The one reader
I-
in the group isn't always the
Oh.
only reader.
Yeah, I'm not even reading. This is all just braille. Imagine I'm so
That's
stubborn.
reading.
I refuse to learn how to read, but I learned braille instead.
That's reading.
That should be kind of cool.
Okay, never mind. I thought I had a cool combo going on, but not at all.
I'm sorry, Sam.
No, no blame Teto.
No, let's blame Danny.
Whoa, whoa,
Hey,
whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm actually
All
on
right,
board with that.
Where do you get off, Danny?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
wow, he really
say
just had a-
Yeah, he just left.
I just leave. Imagine I just leave. Yeah, so this massive tarp and ropes lands on Teto and Ling. And I'm gonna say y'all are trapped.
Ling, I told you this was gonna happen. Why didn't we do anything about this?
I told you to run away.
But I didn't want to leave you. I'm afraid that you're gonna sacrifice yourself.
Why would I do that?
In Teta's defense, if the true plan was to run away, you all should have chosen Defend and Maneuver and run away.
Yeah,
I was just
Haru was
trying to
the only
heal-
one who
heal
actually ran
everybody
away.
first.
Yeah. Well, technically May ran away, but then she ran
I mean,
back.
I tried to.
You did, yeah.
Well, we should still all run.
It is Ling
I'm
and Teto's
trapped.
turn.
I can't
run.
I'm under
so-
the tarp.
Ling and Teto, go ahead and clear one fatigue.
Are we?
and,
Oh, we are trapped. Yeah, okay.
Yes. So just a refresher, to get rid of trapped, you have to mark a condition, a combination of 3 fatigue and or condition.
Jeez.
Unless someone else thinks of something else. I'm gonna say someone who
I'm just
maybe
gonna
not.
roll first and see what happens.
Okay.
And then I'll get back to you.
All right.
I got something. I also rolled at the same time. May I
Okay.
go first?
All right. Well, wait.
Okay.
Am I going first? Or you? Yeah. you're
I'll go
going first.
first. So I rolled a 9.
Nice.
Plus my creativity of 2. That's an 11.
Heck yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to mark my fatigue, and I'm going to use a basic technique from a different approach. I'm going to use Smash from Advance and Attack, and I'm going to mark 1 fatigue to destroy or
Awesome.
destabilize something in the environment, possibly inflicting or overcoming a fictionally appropriate positive or negative status.
Yes, I
Nice.
love it. Yes.
Nice move.
So I'm going back up to 5 fatigue because let's just, why not? And as the tarp comes down, and they're trapped underneath it, Teto's gonna say, I don't like this. Airbenders need to see the sky, and he's gonna cross his chest, and he's going to whip around his hands in a circular motion, and then push a huge ball of air upwards, which is going to blast the tarp up into the sky above it. And so now Ling and Teto are no longer trapped, and he's going to say,
I love it. I love it.
I'm feeling a
Okay,
little
we
tired.
should really run now. But the whole time I was trying to do this, and the mist veil around you, which is still around you, condenses down and begins to glow. I rolled an 11, which -1 is still 10, which means I can use refresh.
Oh my god! Yay!
Yay!
Oh my
I
gosh!
can mark a fatigue, and I get to clear an appropriate status from you, which there isn't one. But you can also clear 3 fatigue or 2 conditions, and I will leave that up to you.
Jeez, and I can't do a combination of the two, can I?
No, you can either
Okay.
3 fatigue or 2 conditions.
I'm gonna go with the fatigue.
Yeah, that's fair.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Uh,
And
Thanks, I appreciate it, Ling, but I still disagree with you. Still kind of upset with you. I mean, kind of. It's getting better, but
About
no, I'm
Maybe-
still a
do
little
you
bit
really
mad.
want to stay on the ship that bad?
I don't know what I want right now. What do you want?
I want to leave.
Hey, that's a great
Tetsu, you
idea.
still have another basic or master technique that you can choose.
Oh, I do.
I don't.
I'm going to. You know what? I'm going to hinder, and with the same force that brought the tarp up in the air, Teto is going to close his fist and bring it them down to his waist in a big pull, and he's going to pull the tarp back down and land it on pirates.
Love it.
Well, now they're trapped.
Yeah. You know what? Because it makes sense. Because I inflicted it on you guys, it only makes sense to inflict the same status on them. Even though they have a +8 in rope lore and they know how to get out of that easier.
Wrong system.
Beautiful,
Also,
beautiful,
that's not an
awesome,
impressive lore.
beautiful.
No.
It could be. All right, we're in between exchanges. Pal Rock is now on the ship. She has pulled herself up, and she's getting ready to join the fray. What do you guys do in between exchanges, if anything?
Okay, we're all getting off the ship now. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was trying to stay. I wasn't really. I was just trying to focus and heal Teto. Let's go. And she's like moving to leave. I'm
Right as
taking a
she's
minute
saying
maneuver.
that, May just like right behind her, just kind of jumps off.
Well, so I don't, Danny. I don't know if this is would trigger an exchange, but now that the eelhound is free, I would like to just have it crawl up onto the ship and just run off and pick up everybody and then jump off onto the docks and run away.
I love that. I love that. So then I think I would just want a roll from Haru then. And
Okay.
depending on the roll, we'll see what happens. Because the pirates are trapped in a tarp, but now
Yep.
Homai and Palrock are both.
Well, only Homai is actually engaged with us.
Yes.
Power
But it
is letting
sounds
them in.
like you guys would be running straight past Palrock.
No, because we were on the side of the ship with the eelhound, and Paul
Yeah, and Justin just
But
said that
to
he wants
catch-
you'll
to
have to
get
climb
all of
up
you, I think
and
it
run
makes
through
sense
and pick all you
Oh,
guys
like
up.
to-
cross. Okay,
to
that
cross
makes
to
sense.
pick
Yeah.
up all of you as we run across the deck and then jump off onto the docks. That way we don't have to swim around the ship. We could just keep running to where everyone else
Yeah.
is.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Yes.
With you.
So, I want to just a push your luck seems like it makes the most sense here.
In
Unless
that
you
case,
think
No, I love Pusher Luck.
okay.
Because then I would love to say that my singing groundhog crawls up the pant leg of either Homai or Pollock, either one, and just starts
Yeah.
clawing at their face.
Yeah.
When you said call
Yeah.
up the pant leg and clawing at something, I didn't think it was going to be a face.
I'm really glad that it was the face.
So yeah, so you're using best friend, so you can go
I'm using
ahead
best
and
friend.
mark a fatigue to roll with creativity instead of fashion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Homai.
Okay.
Makes the most sense because Homai's probably closest. So
Oh, baby,
yeah.
that's double sixes. That's a 13.
I kind of really wish this game had crits. I'm gonna be honest.
So we are rolling really well.
Very well.
I do love this game.
So you get in a lucky opportunity. Despite the cost.
Ooh.
So yeah, so as Ling, Tato, and May, you guys are being like, all right, we gotta go now. You start to hear this like this grumble. The ship starts to groan as you see Haru on the eelhound climb up onto the ship. And do you say anything, Haru? As you see your
Everybody
friend?
get on. We're getting off.
Yeah, and as he begins charging past you guys, giving you a
Excellent.
chance to latch on.
Yeah, I mean, I try to swing up onto it.
Same.
I love it. And yeah, you all see Homai just freaking out as the singing groundhog is just clawing at his face. When last minute, the groundhog jumps up on to the eelhound to climb towards Haru.
Hey, little buddy. You coming back to Teto, your old friend?
It climbs onto Haru's shoulder.
He looks at Teto and goes,
"Is this because I dropped you from an immense height?"
he sort of like looks at Teto, points at Haru, and shrugs and goes, makes like a heart. Kisses Haru's ear a little bit and just. And yeah, you guys seemingly just trample right over Pal Rock as you jump off the other side of the ship.
Teto will call after her. I still really like your style.
I don't, and I'm going to create a little out of the last of my miss. I leave my miss veil behind as we like are moving, and it floats above her, and then it's going to shoot down just the tiniest of water blades. Like that's going to form a water blade and shoot down, and it's going to cut off her ponytail.
So I'm going to say, because I haven't said the cost yet, that actually doesn't happen, because as you try to do that, she gets yoinked because she had latched on to the tail of this eelhound, and so she's now being dragged behind you guys.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
Fun. That's a good
Okay.
cost.
You can try it again now.
all right. Well, now we're like over water. I just shoot up a bunch more. Like I'm not trying to hurt her, but I am trying to cut her braid.
Are we over the docks? My intent was that we would land on the docks.
Yeah, that was my
It'd be on the other
thing is,
side.
'cause you guys were still anchored at the docks, so you guys are just
Okay.
on the docks
Sorry.
on the other side of the
All
ship.
right. Let me I'm readjusting.
There you go. You're near a lot of water.
There's actually a pot of fresh water just next on the dock, as you need to store that on a ship. So I just bend a like tendril of that out, and it forms into like a little blade, and I try to like slice her
I love that.
her braid.
Give me a
So
push.
the first one misses. Ling is like, dang it. And then like, ah!
Yeah, because
and then
the
she's just like,
first one, I think you were just trying to do to cut off her hair.
yeah.
But then this time you're like, oh, I need to do this.
Oh, this okay. This is dire circumstance. And then just sees like a water pot, smashes the whole thing open, like could have just drawn the water out of it, too nervous, fires a blade of water at
I love that.
at her hair, basically.
So give me a push your luck, as you guys, all four of you are right now on this eelhound. It's just jumped off a ship, and so this needs to be like a precise shot at a very heavily moving target. So go ahead and give me a push your luck.
I will spend a fatigue to roll with restoration.
Ooh.
I think I'm supposed to, when you roll with your when you roll with your principal, you're supposed to live up to principle. You take an action.
When you take action in accordance with the values of a principle.
Yeah, so
you roll with a principle instead of whatever stat you would normally do.
I feel like I should justify that insteof just doing it.
Yeah.
Do it. Justify it. I want to hear.
Yeah, no, and I think the justification here is that this is like it's not really even, it doesn't really even match up to Ling's very poor definition of nonviolence.
Yeah.
But I think it is sort of a moment of like this is like a violent action, but it is a proper response to what is going on. It's not an overstep. It's not like an understep, like an overcompensation either. It's just like, yeah, you're doing it right. This is good.
I like that. And also, I think you also think this as well. Acting in accordance to Ling's restoration doesn't necessarily mean, oh, she's being a violent person, right? It doesn't have to mean that. It's like,
no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's
it's
understanding. It's like context. It's like
Yeah.
understanding.
That
think
sometimes
also-
violence is unavoidable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or also
Yeah.
it's like the acceptance of this sort of harder skill, as opposed to the
Yeah.
mist, which you're like cloaking yourself in reinvention. It's like using ice and shards is more traditional waterbending.
It is. Yeah. She's perhaps more used to. And specifically doesn't use anymore. So yeah, I get to roll +2.
We can talk ourselves into anything.
Didn't need it. But actually,
Nice.
I think it makes it better. I rolled a 9, so that would have been +0, so it was just been a 9. But now it's 11.
It's an 11.
So
Heck yeah. So your boldness pays off despite the cost, and you get another lucky opportunity. Just cash starts falling from the sky.
More keys, please.
yeah, we just give us more keys, man. Let's just start building up an inventory.
I swear that key ring will come into play later.
Can I ask for the cost first?
Yeah, so here's the cost. Is that too big of a cost though? Is there such a thing?
Shoot
Too big
first,
of a
ask
cost?
questions later.
Yeah, there are definitely some things in which there's too big of a cost.
So you conjure up this bucket of the water from this bucket to try to slice at Palrock's hair. Are you like turning it into ice and slicing it, or just using like a water
This is a water blade.
nice blade of water? Water blade? Okay.
Mhm.
Let me I actually put a number of yeah. So you slice at Palrock's ear, and she does in fact get cut off from the tail of the eelhound. But that allows you to look behind her at the other ship as well as her ship that she was on. As you see from the other ship, various waterbending pirates jump onto the water and just begin launching themselves onto the shore with waterbending, and various pirates of waterbending and earthbending descent, jump off the other ship, and just begin attempting to launch themselves towards you guys. They're not like right on you guys, but
So
they're in
so
pursuit.
they're on either side of
basically.
the dock, and they're all like the ships are on either side of the dock, and they're all jumping onto the dock.
Yeah,
we're on.
they're starting to make their way towards you guys, but the eelhound is still like running. So now you guys are at this point are like more so on the shore as you see the rest of these pirates begin making their way.
Can my opportunity be that I
towards you.
get the chance to act again, or was the opportunity that I saw that coming? Or that's the cost, right? That they are coming.
That was the cost that these pirates
Yeah.
are like, all right, we're on our way.
Can the opportunity be that I get a chance to act right here?
Sure. Yeah.
So the first like attack was this sort of like half formed, like both of the sort of water cuts that she had made were like these half formed, like sort of like half baked, like water slices. And we see that move used a lot in Avatar. But then in this moment of like this base, like veritable army coming after them, something just like pulls at Ling, and she like moves her hand in a very drastic motion, but very practiced. And there's like a twist to it as she like crosses her arm across her body, and a very large water ring that is very razor sharp. It's basically like a buzzsaw of water, like emerges from one side of the dock and then slices through the dock. Not on anybody, but goes to like just completely destroy the dock.
Cut all the pirates in half.
Oh no!
Yeah, so this is insane. It's essentially the waterbending version of May's fire pinwheel, which is insane. I'm gonna say just by doing this, that I'm gonna say you shift your balance towards restoration.
Okay.
And give me a, because I made you shift your balance, give me a rely on your skills and training.
Okay. I'm gonna spend the fatigue to roll with my. think it counts because you made me shift towards it. I think it's pretty clear I'm
yeah.
acting in line.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear how this is. Jeez.
But I get a +3 now for related skills. Which is really good because I rolled a 4, so that's a 7.
Nice. You know what's funny? If 2 people were to help him,
No,
bring
one
it to an
person.
11.
Oh no, you're right. Two. Sorry.
We're just trying to stop him, right? From
Yeah, but this is a
chasing
7.
after
This is a success.
Well,
It's already a
there
success,
most of them
so-
are chased by like basically along like the vector of the dock. So I kind of Ling is figuring that on shattering the dock, like the water benders will have to deal with the debris. Any non-water benders will have to like can't follow us.
I mean,
so
it's a 7, so he does it, but he just does it imperfectly.
But we need 2 people to help to get it to a 10.
Yeah.
I mean, I can help.
blast the dock, she says. Please help.
Teto is not going to help. He's a little taken aback by the sudden turn in violence from Ling. Also, Teto cares deeply about people's hair, his own hair, other people's hair. You shouldn't touch a person's hair. And so he's been
Trying to hurt us with it.
Don't touch it. Like,
I know,
look,
I know.
let a
It's
person
fair.
do with their hair what they will. You don't touch another person's hair. No, I think it's
Teto's-
the shock and violence. So
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. So Teto's not helping. May can't help because she's at 5 fatigue.
Oh, so then it's just.
Oh. You know what? There's kind of no point. Well, Haru can like narratively try to throw a rock. but
Yeah.
May's too tired, maybe too drained after that firing, and Teto refuses. So we just I don't know. It's still imperfect. Whatever happens.
So here is what we see. We see you conjure up this insane buzzsaw of just the spinning disc of water. And I think in the quick motion, we don't really have much time to think or be precise about it. It becomes a lot bigger than you thought it was. And you go to slice at these. What you're really just like what are you where are you
So-
slicing?
So a
You're not
dock
trying to kill him, obviously.
No. Depending on what kind of dock it is, some part of it is probably free floating. I'm essentially trying to cut it somewhere along the free floating part so that we are still on the dock and they are on the free floating part that should now be like sinking and or falling over, spinning. They just a bad time for them.
Yeah.
I thought Danny said we were like on the shore at this point.
At this point, yeah, you guys are
so
kind of
then
off.
I'm just cutting up.
You want a part
I'm
of the
cutting
shore,
it
yeah.
at that point then, so that
Yeah. So here's what we see. You slice at that, and you slice at the docks, which you're like, yes, because you see that much of the pirates who have begun making their way towards you are now.
that is not what Ling does. She does not. She's like, oh no.
Yeah. Maybe Nick goes, yes. To do
Nick
that.
goes yes.
What you
Ling
did,
goes,
what you didn't
I should not have
see-
done that.
What you didn't see was that in between those 2 pirate ships, there is a small fishing boat with several fishermen and merchants on there too, and they're now on this free-flowing dock. I'm trying to get out. You even see some of the water-bending pirates are able to like get themselves to shore and shake themselves off. They're not chasing you anymore as you're now on the eelhound fleeing away, but you see some innocent bystanders begin to drift off into the ocean.
She immediately jumps off of the eelhound and does like a wave pull to pull them on all to shore.
What is
And I also want to unmark guilty. Which also I won't unmark guilty. I will mark a recovery on my reconciliation track. So I will still be guilty, but I'm doing this
okay.
to clear guilty. And instead of clearing guilty, I will mark.
Before you do what you're gonna say, I want to give so everyone else, you just saw this happen. If anyone was watching, I'm sure Haru might have just been looking forward. I don't know if Haru was even paying attention to this, but you do notice, you all definitely notice Ling jump off of the eelhound.
I mean, I think I'd feel the weight difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say Haru, you definitely also noticed Ling jump off the eelhound.
I think we have to stop. We have to stop the eelhound. So I'll
yeah, I think
hold the
Teto
reins
would
and-
right there with you. Teto sees the scene unfold and is taken aback by the violence that Ling is capable of, but then immediately afterwards, when she jumps off to right her mistake, Teto is going to be right there with her and is going to say, Haru, May, we got to get Ling. We got to help those people.
I don't know, because I'm so tired. I can't. You know what I mean?
I have full fatigue. This is suicide. But
I love it though. It's
no, she can't not do this. So
all right. I'll try and hold off the pirates. You get them as quick as possible.
I don't
All
think
right.
she really needs help saving them, but she will need help.
Yeah, no, I know.
being saved.
That's what I'm saying.
she's
Like, I'll
if
try
you
and-
guys are
I'll-
like talking to her, she's like she doesn't even hear you. She's like running.
I said this.
towards the shore.
Yeah, then I said
Oh,
this to
yeah,
Teto.
okay,
I'm like,
okay, that's
I'll
fine.
hold off the pirates. Get Ling, help him to the shore.
Okay, May, do you think you can help me get Ling, or
I don't know.
Or stay with the eelhound, so we're ready to go as soon as we get here.
What do you need
But
me
we
to
gotta
do?
go now.
Teto, what's your plan?
I'm not the plan person. That's Ling. I think
You
we
need
need
to make
her.
You need to make a plan. Okay, I need you to make a
There's
plan.
there's a lot of pressure. Oh, I know what you can do, May. The Earth Sages. That's what this is all about, isn't it? Could you take the eelhound and make sure that they're well covered underneath their bush? They might have dug a hole. I don't remember.
Haru, please.
What?
I'll go get Ling. Haru will hold off the pirates. May, take this eelhound. Right over the hill are the Earth Sages. I
Do
don't think the
anything
pirates
else.
know that they're there.
Do anything
Go to the Earth Sages and keep them safe.
Please do anything else.
I'm just gonna say now. I just want to see the push your luck from Ling to try to save these merchants that are sinking.
And Teto's coming to her side.
Yes.
So Teto
yes.
leaves,
I'm gonna say
and I'm now alone on this eelhound.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's
So
a
just-
there's a
holding on to
hill.
this thing.
There's a hill that's like, I don't know, like how, like what, 500 feet away.
Yeah.
And beyond that hill is the Earth Sages where we left them.
I mean, I got no choice. I guess I'm going over there.
all right.
But
Yeah.
You get to see your buddy Fung and have
I love
great stimulating conversations.
First, I want to see the roll from Ling,
I'm pushing our
and then Haru and Techo are able to help with this if need be.
I will almost certainly need it. All right. Okay. I do think I'm living up to restoration, but I cannot spend the fatigue for it. So that is a 9. No, 7. Sorry.
A 7.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, yeah, if so, it still costs you to scrape by. If you want additional opportunity, Haru and Techo would have to help. Otherwise, we can go without the additional opportunity.
No, I don't need an additional opportunity.
So, you, as now Palrock and these pirates, begin making their way towards you. Ling, you're solely focused on trying to conjure up this wave to help bring the innocent bystanders who are just caught in the crossfire over to shore.
Danny, do you agree that I have made a personal sacrifice to absolve my guild?
I think so. You jumped off you put yourself in more danger to help these innocent bystanders. I think so. Yeah.
It's almost more of like a group sacrifice. It's like you sacrifice the group.
I didn't, she was trying to. Well, now she's guilty again. No, I wasn't going to clear guilty anyway.
Teto comes up to Ling and says, you remember that thing that you were saying before on the ship? I'm going to say that thing to you. We got to go.
Yeah, right. I just need to. Just 1 second. And she's still pulling, so doing the sort of like wave.
And
like
Teto is counting on his fingers. 1. Okay, now.
Several more seconds, and until everybody's ashore.
Teto's got his fingers up, and he's holding a toe up as well.
Here's what it costs you to scrape by, though. You're solely focused on getting these bystanders up, right? You're not really paying attention to anything else. You're not paying attention to anything else, so you're not able to notice the now unattached karambit that was on Palrock's here flying towards you, Ling. As Palrock had just hurled her karambit at you, and it's just impaled in your leg. So all your fatigue is already marked. So I'm still in marking condition, as you're now brought to one knee, but you are able to successfully bring these bystanders up.
No, it sinks in, and Ling doesn't. She's still doing the motion. She doesn't react. It is just in her leg. And then I will mark angry.
That makes sense. Yeah, as Ling, you have brought these bystanders up. The pirates, along with Palrock, and now Holmai has launched itself up off the ship and is now running towards you guys, or attempting to. There's like not much of a dock to step on anymore, so maybe he just is swimming.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at Nick's character sheet right now. It's blowing my mind.
I am at +3 restoration, 5 fatigue, and 4 conditions.
I'd like to throw up walls of earth to just basically block and impede the pirates from getting towards us.
I love that. I like that. And I think I'm just to say you're able to do that. You just conjure up these walls. Yeah, I'm just say you're able to do that. You're able to conjure up these walls.
Rips the. Is there still like a good amount of hair attached to the?
Yeah, kind of gross.
Ling takes the whole thing like a rope and just like doesn't like she like rips it out of her leg, and then she's like she just grabs Teto and she's like, "Let's go," and tries to move as fast as
here. Let me help you. And Teto's gonna slip himself under Ling's arm to support her. We can go to May. She should be right beyond the hill. Looks like Haru is got some defenses up. And in that moment, Teto is going to look at Ling and say, I know that we disagreed earlier, but Ling, you did real good right now.
Right.
I would like to guide and comfort Ling.
Oh no.
All right.
Teto, no.
Yes. Do it. Let's make it.
Let's
make it speedy.
Okay. I got. Well, we're rolling super well. I got an 11 on the dice.
Oh, nice. Ling.
Oh, come on, Ling. You did really well. You saved those people that you also endangered.
Shut them down.
Oh,
shut them down.
Sorry, I can't help it. You know, he wanted to help you.
Yeah, no. She says what she said. She's like, yeah, whatever. And Haru, we need to go.
Just like creating.
Oh, wait a second. Wait, hold on. I got a 10+.
Yes, but they didn't embrace it. But so now Ling is able to inflict a condition.
The reading again. I didn't read.
Yeah, no, you're good. So Ling is able to inflict a condition on Teto, and Teto, you are able to shift Ling's balance.
There's only one real choice here.
Is it? What's the choice? I mean, I guess I could shift you in either way. Should I? Is that how we should end the episode?
Or a little early.
No, I know how we're gonna end the episode, which is why I'm like, let's get
okay.
through this.
All right, Nick, I'll totally take you out if that's what you're.
I'm putting. Hey, do whatever you want, but I'm making you foolish. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
All right, I got so I get to shift your balance.
I mean, it doesn't have to be away from center. It just you shift their balance.
It doesn't have to be.
No, I
Right.
know. but
So
I'm
you have
like,
the choice.
Narratively,
You
I'm
can also
I'm-
choose not to shift me.
Is that right?
It says
How
that
about
you may?
I may also.
to do
Oh no,
want
it
to?
does. No, it says that it kind of just says you do it. You shift their balance in response.
Oh yeah, no, and
Okay.
you shift their balance in the response. So yeah, you gotta.
So yeah,
Okay.
one or the other.
Okay. So let me talk this out. So Teta's just tried to comfort May, and she's pushed him away.
Lingra.
And yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, Ling Hong. And I think Teto's gonna he still feels a little bit angry, and now he's feeling a little bit foolish. So he's gonna be like, "Look, I'm just trying to be nice to you. Like, if you really actually wanted to live the peaceful path, like you gotta be nicer to other people. I hope you can get that for you." And it's super passive aggressive, but he's gonna shift her balance towards reinvention.
And she just reinvention. Oh,
because what he's saying is he's saying that like if you actually want to walk a peaceful path, like you need to be peaceful to other people, and the way that you were interacting with him made him feel not appreciated in that moment. So he's saying if you actually want to be a pacifist, like do the right things, like actually treat other people like in a humane manner, so you can be a pacifist.
and she just says, "I'm trying," and that's it. She just
On a wave of earth, just like surfing past me. He's like, "All right, ladies, we gotta hurry up. Come on."
Yep. And we
Is that
cut
meant to be insulting?
to May, tracing her steps, getting back to where you guys had left the Earth Sages. Something's off though, May. As you're getting close, you smell what seems to be the smell of like burning brush, burning plants. As you look to the bush where you saw you had left the sages, it's no longer there. Instead, there's just a crater in the earth.
And 2 smoking shoes.
You get to that crater,
I'm joking.
and there, no, Nick.
I'm sorry.
And in the middle of that crater, you don't see any bodies, thankfully, but you do see a note whose edges are a little singed.
What
And on the
passive
note, it says, "Come to Creeping Meadow Shack if you want your friends." And we cut. Oh, and Sam, you're muted.
I said I like the way that you ended the episode on reading.
You know what? That's callback. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
This is going great. This is good. This is real good.
Why can't we
There's
all just
this-
go along? Why are we so
Yeah.
tired all the
We're
time?
all incredibly traumatized teenagers. That's pretty much the answer.
Why does this
kind of the
fantasy
game.
world reflect real life? I don't like it.
Has to a little bit at first, and then the fantasy comes in, and everything gets better. Sorry.
I love it.
Life gets better. Lean on your friends. Share your burdens. It's important.
Excellent session. So a lot just happened. Very exciting things happened and are happening. So very excited for that. Justin, do you have anything for the back home? I think we're starting.
man. Come on.
I'm excited for the new show. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, our new campaign, Heroes by Hearthlight, is is the 26th,
Yes.
which is not this Sunday, but next Sunday at 9:30 a.m. CST.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be high fantasy. How I've missed it,
As opposed to sober fantasy.
as opposed to sober fantasy. Yes, straight edge fantasy. That's it. Come check us
That's
out.
it.
Okay.
All right.
It is over.
Way to sell it, guys.
We'll see you next week, though, for more Avatar Legends.
Yes.
We will.
Yes. All right. Bye.
Good night.
That's
Later,
definitely
cat gators.
like-